When the bus from New Orleans stopped in Salt Lake City, one of the first things I noticed was the white people. Miles and miles of white people. And once you get past them, there were mountains. I mean, even after being here for 2 years, sometimes I just watch them. The white people. Wondering how we all got here. Well, I know how I got here. I took the bus. Could you believe I wanted to be a full-time poet? I wanted the word. I wanted beauty. I wanted to get the hell out of Louisiana. And here I am. Welcome to Salt Lake City. Population, a whole bunch of white people. +1. In the script, I decided to name the main character Bruce, short for Broussard, a meticulous, self-sufficient, gay black man who was not able to live up to his parents' expectations nor society's. Broussard can be classified as what we may consider the realm of otherness. But Broussard could be any one of us. Calliope, who stands up for herself because she wants to be called by her pronouns. Or Sean, who doesn't want to order food in public because he doesn't want people to judge him because of his autism. Or me, Taj, a black gay man in America. I hope you guys can enjoy this adventure through the life of Broussard and all his challenges that he will face as we walk through the story of Sleepwalking Home by Sade Jones. Baby, back in Louisiana, I grew up in a house crowded with the sound and feel of family. I mean, if you stood in the yard in the evening, looking in the window, I mean, you probably would have been jealous. We were the family. We even had a golden retriever. I didn't think black people owned golden retrievers. And all this time, I thought the person on the outside looking in was me. It seemed like my family was walking in one direction and you had my side behind running in the other. The last few months were like someone blowing out a row of trick candles. All my friends were in college at this point. Pre-med this, pre-med that. And you had my sorry behind stocking shelves at a grocery store writing crappy poetry. I knew I was lost, wandering, but I was okay with it. I mean, hell, I just wanted to look around. The last time I talked to my parents, different. My dad kept mumbling, "You just want to be different." My mom kept staring at her feet until I told her that I finally thought about moving to Ohio. And that gave me a moment of eye contact. And said, "I have done all I could, and I'm tired." She said, "Why?" I said, "Why not?" Then my dad pushed me. Not a hit, not a slap, a shove. You would think it'd be the way that drunk people would fight outside of the bars. Not a way a father and son should talk. This wasn't a slap in their face. I love my family. But I love them enough to walk away. The last 3 months has been sleepwalking after moving into my apartment. I woke up in the kitchen, right in front of the fridge. Awkward? Yes. But not as awkward as waking up to my roommate Todd, a big old hippie. Todd suggested that maybe you need to get out of the house for a while, man. Or maybe you need to go to a nudist colony I knew about, man. Well, I decided to take a 5-day hike in the mountains, man. 5 days in the mountains with white people. But if there was a such thing as the word, I heard it. The sound of treetops as the wind pushes against them and they rub against each other. It was something. It was like the trees were speaking in a language that I didn't understand. When I got home from my hiking trip, I turned on the TV and I started unpacking my clothes. It looked like I was watching some footage from a third world country. Then I realized this wasn't some nameless place. It was my neighborhood. Drowning. I mean, and then I picked up my phone. I hadn't bothered to take my phone on my hiking trip. I thought my family would have called. No messages. Just water. And I know I was hurting. It had been days of sleepwalking, but then days turned into months of sleepwalking, wondering if my family would call. But they didn't. I mean, somewhere between the fact and the fantasy was a space that I knew I wouldn't be fitting in. But I knew I wouldn't have a place to rest my feet.